The sound of a cell door slamming isn't just metal hitting metal. It's the sound of a future evaporating. Elias was 24 years old when his time stopped. 15 years. That was the sentence. In the arithmetic of the outside world, that's 5,475 days. But inside a 6x8 concrete box, time doesn't move, it decays. Elias didn't just lose his freedom that day, he lost his name, replaced by a number. And in the dark, the absolute darkest corner of his own mind, he whispered a terrifying truth. I deserve this. The first 2 years were a masterclass in the psychology of hopelessness. The human mind, when starved of light and purpose, eventually turns on itself. Elias became a ghost haunting his own body. Every night he replayed his mistake, the robbery gone wrong, the panic in the clerk's eyes, the cold weight of the handcuffs. The guilt was a physical presence, heavier than the bars that held him. He was surrounded by violence and noise, by men who had long ago decided they were nothing more than beasts. Elias was beginning to believe them. He was disappearing. Until the day the library cart rattled down the corridor. It usually held torn paperbacks and dated magazines. But that day, as the guard turned a corner, a single book fell off the cart and slid through the bars, landing right at Elias's feet. It wasn't just a book, it was a lifeline. But what book could possibly save a man drowning in his own shadow? It was a dense volume on philosophy, Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Elias opened a page at random, his fingers trembling. His eyes landed on a single line. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Elias stared at the words until the ink blurred. For the first time in years, a spark ignited in the damp tinder of his soul. He realized the terrifying, beautiful truth. He was physically incarcerated, but the keys to his mental cage were in his own hands. He began to read ravenously. Philosophy led to literature, literature to history, history to complex mathematics. The shouting in the hallways faded into a background hum. His cell was no longer a cage, it was a monastery. He wasn't doing time anymore. For the first time in his life, he was making time work for him. He was changing, but the world outside still saw a monster. Please, friends, if you're getting value in this video, please kindly give a like, subscribe, and share to others. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the story. 15 years finally came to an end. The massive outer gate groaned open, and Elias stepped out. He wasn't the scared boy who went in. He was a scholar wrapped in the clothing of an ex-con. The air tasted sweet, but the world was bitter. Elias had paid his debt to society, but society wasn't done collecting interest. Every job interview ended the moment the background check came back. Doors slammed shut, louder and harder than the cell doors ever had. He was a master of Stoic philosophy, but the rejection was testing every lesson he had learned. He eventually found work washing dishes in a greasy diner that didn't ask questions. Standing there, his brilliant mind numbed by soapy water and steam, he felt a different kind of prison. He was free, but he was still an outcast. He was on the verge of breaking. One rainy night, while walking back to his small apartment, he passed a community center. Through the window, he saw chaos. A volunteer tutor was overwhelmed by a group of teenagers. They looked exactly like Elias did 20 years ago, angry, lost, and convinced the world had no place for them. Elias didn't think, he just walked in. He walked up to a young man in the back who was about to throw his algebra book across the room. He didn't just teach him the math, he taught him the patience required to understand it. He spoke their language, the language of being counted out. He stayed for 3 hours. The community center director watched him from the doorway. She didn't see a criminal record. She saw a man who could reach the unreachable. It wasn't an overnight victory, There were legal hearings, character witnesses, and mountains of bureaucracy to prove that a felon could be a force for good. But his 15 years of self-study had made him undeniably qualified. Today, Elias doesn't wear a number, he wears a tie. He teaches in an inner-city school that often feels like a pre-prison foyer for lost souls. He looks his students in the eye and tells them the words that saved him. Your current situation is not your final destination. I know, because I built my future in a room with no view. Elias, the prisoner, is a ghost of the past, but Elias, the teacher, he's just getting started. If this story of second chances inspired you, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me one thing you've learned from your own past mistakes. I read every single one of your comments.